Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be breaking down my sales of the week. As you saw by the title and the thumbnail, 51 sales in 1 week. That is an all-time record for me in reselling since I've been starting. Most of these have been sold on eBay, a couple of vinted, but I'm going to go through them all, break down what is sold, and then tell you what my profit was for the end of the week. So if you're excited for this, obviously hit that thumbs up and remember to subscribe if you are new. Before I go through all the sales, I'm doing these videos because I don't want to show you how much money I've made and that. It's for people who are maybe thinking about branching out into different sort of sectors in reselling, maybe that don't do one certain items, or just very niche into one items. And also for new people who are thinking about going to reselling, seeing what I sell and then obviously going around the shops, car boots, and picking them up for themselves so they can make some profit as well. So we're going to go through them all. There is a lot to go through, so be patient. I'm going to go through them as quick as possible, and then obviously at the end of the video I will be telling you how much profit I've made this week. So I'm going to break down it in a different way. I'm going to break it down from Monday all the way to Sunday and tell you how many sales I got on that day, and then go through day by day that way. So I'm going to go through Monday first, and I got 3 sales. So my first sale of the week was a walker. What a surprise, another walker. This was a 4-wheel walker, so I sold this for £39.99. I picked it up for £5, so great profit. The next item was some Bailey sliders. Never heard of the company before, but when I looked them up and the official website, these are very expensive items from Italy, and they are ranging from anything from 200 plus. These were a bit battered. I did put them on for quite a high price of about 50 quid, but no one was biting at it. So I lowered them down. As soon as I lowered them down to about 25, somebody came in an offer and offered me £19. So I took them straight away. I only paid £3 for them, so still a good profit. The last item of Monday what I sold was something that my mum picked up for £2. She picked up a box set of Beatles memorabilia, like all their songs in a sort of like album of cassettes. It came as an 8-pack of all their songs. It actually is very desirable. The vinyls sell for a lot more, but the cassette ones sell for around about £40 to £50. I got an offer for £35 on mine, so I only paid £2 for it, so I accepted it and I sold it for £35. So well done, Mum. You can now boast that you are a decent reseller for once, because usually when I take my mum around with me, I can't find anything. But she's getting better. She's actually finding stuff. So well done to her. We're on to Tuesday now, and my first item was a Peloton waistcoat. I've had it for quite a while, probably about 4 months. I bought like about 4 waistcoats, and I think every one of them sold except for this one. And actually this one is the nicest one. I did ask for a bit more for it, but it wasn't biting again, so I just lowered the price because I want to get rid of old stock. Sold it for £15. Bought it for £4.50 anyway, so I made an £8 profit after fees. The next item I sold was something I regret buying. It was a bundle of 5 Nights at Freddy. There was some actual figures in there which sell for a lot, looking around £10 per figure. When I got to the person's house, he then admitted that most of them were fakes. They're not original ones. Only 3 were. There was an awful load of other stuff as well, like Among Us figures and stuff like that. So I bought them anyway, thinking that I'm still going to make a lot of money. It works out about £10 per little bundle. But I did sell the actual fake ones first, and yeah, I sold them for £14.99. So I did make a tiny profit of £2.06 on them. Next item is an Engelbert Stratus t-shirt. Never heard of the company, but they seem to sell quite well, from £15 to £20 per t-shirt. I picked this up for £3.99 and I sold it for £14.99. So quite a nice little profit on that one, even though I've never heard of the company. It's always good checking out things you've never heard of. Just because you've never heard of it, it might actually be worth a lot more than you think. The next item was actually something which I'm wearing now, a Liverpool Monopoly set. Well, it was a Legends. When I picked this up, it was in one of my other videos where a car boot, and it was right at the end of the car boot. It was battered. The box was battered, but everything was in there. I actually thought it wasn't worth much. I thought it was worth about like 6-7 quid, because some of the Liverpool ones are the most basic ones. This was a Legends one, so it had obviously like your Kenny Dalglish, Ian Rush, all the legends, John Barnes, so on. And it's actually worth a lot more. I actually put it on for £14.99 and it literally went the same day. So I'm actually thinking I undercharged the person, and I probably could have maybe got 20-25 for it. But because the box was so bashed, I thought, you know what, I picked it up for a quid. I'm quite happy making £15 out of that, and I did straight away. And the last item on Tuesday I sold was a Ping golf top. I've had it for quite a long time. Golf tops do sell quite well, but this one seems to just lag around. I think it was because it's grey and black and it's not really bright. A lot of golfers do like to wear wacky colours when they go and play golf. I did sell it for £9. I only bought it for £2.99, so I did make a little bit of a profit. On to Wednesday now, and I sold 7 items on Wednesday. The first item I sold was a floral retro deck chair. It's vintage. I bought 2 from a car boot last year sometime for £3. I sold the stripy one for about £25, and so this one owed me absolutely nothing. Whatever I sold it for, I sell it for. Probably could have got more for it if I waited a bit longer, because obviously the weather will be getting hotter soon. I sold it for £12, but like I said, I bought 2 for £3, so it was worth £1.50 to me. So I still made a good profit on it. Next item was something that cost me 62p and was a Scrabble set. Didn't sell it for much, £4.50, but it's pure profit. The next item I got was free. I collect my cardboard from a lot of retail places, B&M. I get most of mine from Decathlon because they're strong boxes, and the big boxes, obviously I sell a lot of walkers, so I need big boxes. But I also go to PC World, because if you have a PC World near you, usually before you go in, they have like a little recycling part and polystyrene part, and they put a bit of cardboard out there. I picked up a load of cardboard from there, and one of them was this Plus Nest box. I thought, oh, that's a nice little box. I found out there was actually a Plus Net actual wireless broadband receiver in there. So I thought, is it worth anything? I tried it, it works, and I actually sold it. I sold it for £4. I made £2.90 profit, but absolutely free. I didn't even know it was in there, but you know what? It was free, so great little bargain. Next item was a douche or dish German blazer. I bought 2 for £3 each. I already sold one of them, but this one was the red one. Sold it for £10 because it owes me nothing now, because I made £25 on the last one. And so I made just over a £5 profit. Next is one of my best sales of the week, and it was a vintage Tiny Tears doll. I might have mentioned it in another video that a woman came up to me and said, can you sell the bottle and the 2 dummies? I'll give you £35 for them. And I said, yeah, you can. So I had to relist my actual Tiny Tears, which had the doll, the little bed and the box. She then came back the week later and bought the rest of it, because she wanted the box and she wanted other parts of it. She bought the Tiny Tears and the box, what was left, for £60. So in total, the whole of the Tiny Tears, I got £95 in total. I paid £20 for it. Next item was something I picked up from one of my best charity shops. They always seem to have like little cool little things, and outside they usually chuck out all the stuff that they don't really want. It's usually like £3 or under. And I saw this juicer. It took me literally probably about a month to even bother like putting on. Didn't know if it was worth anything. Its make was Sage, but when I actually did some research, I found out there's a Heston Blumenthal Sage juicer, which sell for around £60. I sold mine for £45 because somebody came in with an offer. So I made a £36 profit because I bought it for £3. Absolutely brilliant. If you see any juicers, big like industrial metal ones, buy them, because you look on the solds for them, they're all going for around £50-60. Final item what I sold was a TV. Remember the car boot where I didn't really pick up much stuff, but I picked up 2 portable TVs which had VHS combis and a DVD player. Well, I've sold one of them already. I sold it for £89.99. I paid a fiver for it. So I made £68 in profit after fees. Absolute bargain. Combos, portable retro TVs like that sell good anyway. But if you've got a VHS or a DVD in it, they're going to sell even more. Absolute bargain. I haven't even got the other one on yet because I'm trying to fix it. The VHS tape will not come out because it's worth a lot more money because it's a Samsung one. I'm going to do some research, see if I can get it out, you know, see if there's anything, but because I don't know anything about it. If I can get it out, then I will sell it for full price. But if not, I still probably can make about £50–60 because it probably is an easy, simple fix if you know what you're doing. Now we're on to Thursday. On Wednesday, I did an auction. So a lot of these items were from the auction. So some of them are not very good profits, but it's trying to get rid of dead stock. Every month I have 100 spaces to put stuff on auction. So I fill them 100 spaces and sell stuff that I don't want anymore or I want to see what it can get. Most of the stuff is dead stock, so I'm just trying to get my money back. I don't care if I don't make no profit because it's stuff that you buy to learn and find out that it's not really worth buying, so you don't have to buy it again. So I'm just trying to get rid of it so I can get the money back and put it in something else which will sell. So started off with some Adidas Superstars. These usually do sell quite well. I don't know why they did not sell, but I'd only sold them for £12.50. Don't know why, I really don't know why, but I only bought them for £3, so I made a £6 profit. The next item was a Doctor Who Cybermen helmet. You've probably seen it in one of my videos where I picked up that one and 2 Star Wars helmets. The Cyberman one went straight away for full price at £24.99. Next item is something you need to look for in any charity shop, and that's Jack Murphy clothing. The Jack Murphy clothing range is, I don't know why, but if you find a Jack Murphy coat, you will be selling it within that week. I have had 3 of these riding like raincoats. Every single one I have bought has sold in the same week, and they all go for good profit. Unfortunately, the one I picked up on this one, it had a little rip on the pocket, so I just put it for £19.99 and it sold straight away. Usually they fetch around the £34 mark, and you can get longer ones which sell for a bit more, but if you do see Jack Murphy, pick it up because they sell quickly. Next item, I actually lost money, and it was Butch out of Good Dinosaur, the T-Rex. Reason being, I've had it for ages, put it on auction, somebody made a bid for £1.99. I didn't actually realise I paid £2.50 for this toy. I would never pay £2.50 for a toy now unless I knew I could make at least 15 quid out of it. It is worth more than that, but like I said, it was on auction and no one else bid. Next item was a pair of Levi reflective jeans. They had like a red strip going down the side. Pretty cool. Had them for ages. I think it was because the size, it was 32 waist, quite skinny waist. Sold them for 10 quid, and I bought them for £4, so I made a little bit of profit off them. Next is something that doesn't owe me anything, which was a Ferrari book. They owe me 55p each, but I bought the whole bundle last year for £20 and I still got loads more. I think in total I've got like over 30 Ferrari books, and these are official ones. So they owe me about 55p each. Sold this one for £8, made a £5.81p profit. Sticking with cars, I sold a McLaren Jensen Button Perez hat, and I picked this up for £1 at eBoots. Sold it for £5.50. Next item is a Yorkshire jigsaw puzzle from my nan. Just gave it me for free, so it didn't owe me nothing. Didn't sell it for much, sold it for £1.99. Made a £1.41p profit. Next item was a golf equipped like rain jacket. It was a Ryder Cup version. It's worth about 20 quid, 25 quid, but I put it in auction Somebody made the bid of £14.99p. So it sold for that. I only made £2.72p profit because I did pay £10 for it. It is worth a lot more, but I've had it so long and it just didn't want to sell for some reason. Next is a loss of a VHS player. I picked it up from a person that I haven't seen for ages. She usually does car boots, but I haven't seen her for quite a long time. Since I bought this item, I've never seen her again. So hopefully I do bump into it in a car boot again. But it was a VHS player, and I was thinking, yep, I'll buy that off you for £5. She fetched around £25. You know, it doesn't matter what make they are. Unfortunately, it did not work at all. It didn't switch on. It didn't do nothing. So I sold it for spares and repairs. No one wanted it. Put it on auction for £1.99. Somebody bid it, but I did pay a £5, so I made a loss of £4.31p. My biggest loss ever. But you do make some losses. You know, that's the trouble with electrical. If it doesn't work, you've got to make sure that the retail value is good on it. This wasn't a very good make. No one wanted it. If that was a Sony or something, I could have sold it still for like 15 quid, but it's Matsui. Who is Matsui? Next item, I sold a British Lions rugby top. Obviously, British Lions rugby's on at the moment, and I sold it for £8, making a £3 profit. And then I sold another walker, a Roma walker, 4-wheel one, paid £7, sold it for £39. Roughly making just over 25 quid. That's how much I roughly make on walkers. You know, I sell them for about £39.99. If somebody makes me an offer for £35, I will accept it. I will not accept anything low because I know how much these sell for. We're on to Friday now, so thank you for watching if you're still watching. First thing that sold was just a vintage chess set, same from that auction, 62p, sold for £2.99. Next I sold a pair of Solomon walking shoes. They sold for £29.99, paid £5.99. Then I sold a Fantastic Four comic. They don't owe me anything because they're mine, and I sold it for £2.50. I sold a Lego Batman alarm clock. Some of them are very sought after, like Darth Maul one, Boba Fett, the ones that are a bit more not known characters. The Batman one doesn't sell very well. I've had it for months and months and months, couldn't get rid of it. Finally got rid of it for 4 quid. I made a massive 5p profit. Next item I got free. I picked up 2 VHSs from this man. He was just clearing out his garage and he had 2 VHSs, so both of them are free. This one was the better one. It was a Philips one, and I sold it for £30, making a £25 profit because it was free. Then I sold a Robert Cox oil painting. I sold one last week in the auctions for £27. This one I sold for £29.99, and it's going to Austria. Then I sold some digital range measurement thing. I don't know what it does. I bought it at a car boot when I was doing a car boot for 2 quid. It sold for £2.99, and I made 83p. It's just getting my money back. It was all boxed. It was new, so I thought it was worth more, but it wasn't. We're on to the last 2 days now. The weekend, and this weekend was crazy for sales, absolutely crazy. On Saturday I sold a burgundy Tri-Walker for £35. Then I sold a Jellycats. It was Pickles the Bunny, which I've had for a long time. I sold it for £12, but I did pay £6.50 for it, so I made only a £3 profit. Next was the other VHS, which I got free. It was a Goodman's one. It was a bit peely on top. The paint was peeling, so I put it on for £19.99, and it sold for £19.99. Next, I sold another walker. Yes, another walker. And you think, why am I going on about walkers all the time? Because they sell. Another walker, 4-wheel one. So paid £7 for it. Sold it for £39.99. Then guess what? Oh, I sold another walker on the same day. Yep, £6 I paid for this one, and I sold it £39.99. 3 walkers in one day. Record. Then I sold a couple of Ghost Rider comics for £1.99, and then finally I sold a pair of Rip Curl shorts. Had them for ages, wasn't going. Sold them on Vinted for £3. I paid £3, so I got my money back basically. Finally, Sunday, and wow, Sunday was busy. First of all, I sold a mountain range Gore-Tex green jacket for £45. I picked it up for £3.50, making me just over £33. Then I sold a Liverpool shirt, just a standard basic print one with Never Walk Alone on it. Sold it for £4. I only made 8p. I just wanted to get my money back. Stuff like when you get them cheap, like football tops with like just a print on it, they're not worth buying, you know, and charity shops try and sell them for £2.99. You think you can make some money off them because it's football? Nah, you can't. Next, I sold some Lee jeans, picked these up for £2, sold them for £7. Then I sold my North Face coat, the windbreaker one, which was at the Tamworth when I went there. Sold it for £22. I did pay £10 for it, so I only made £7 profit. Then I sold a Y2K Adidas tracksuit top. I paid £2.70 for this, sold it for £18. Next, I sold some Disney Marvel figurines, which was in a video about last week or so, which I thought there was old ones, but there wasn't. Sold them for £8, so I made a £2.64 profit because I bought them for £4. Then I sold another comic, which was a Incredible Hulk one, for £3.49. Then I sold a Jellycat, which people need to go for. It's a dragon, starry-eyed one, and I put it on Vinted. Literally, I put a load of stuff on Vinted over the weekend because I haven't been using it for a while, and everybody wanted this. I put it on for £20, and everybody was liking it, and I was offering them, you know, it for £17. Finally, after about the 50th person, they wanted it for £17. So I sold it for £17, bought it for 50p. The next item was a Hobbs red coat. It's worth a lot more than what I sold it for, but it did have some bald patches, but I still sold it for £15 on Vinted. If it didn't have them bald patches, it's worth about £45, £50. And then finally, the last sale of the week was a Blackburn Rovers 1999 home top. Proper vintage, lovely condition. Stuck it on Vinted. I had loads of people offer me stupid price like £20. I finally sold it to somebody. He said £27 and you can have it. Sold for that. I did buy it for £10, but I still made a £17 profit. So in total, I sold 51 items. A whole new world record for me. I've never ever sold that many items. What it cost to buy all these items was £204. Total sales before fees were deducted and post and packaging, and obviously what I bought the items for, was £959.29p. Total profit this week was £615.23p. So this was obviously my best month of this year. I've only had 2 months, so yeah, but it's still February. The first few months are always going to be slower. And remember, this is my 2nd year doing reselling now. I was not making this money this time last year. To get them totals, I've got a video about why I'm selling so much, but I need to do a few more weeks to see if it's just not a fluke or it is what I'm doing. And if I still get sales like this every week, then I will release that video, because you really will want to watch it, because if I'm doing it and it's working, you can do it with your eBay store and you will be making as much money as me, and even more so. If you're watching this video still, thank you. Say Liverpool are the best, because they are the best. They are top of the league still. And I will see you again with another video. Goodbye.